Those teachers, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, benefited a lot from our course. Uh, uh, they used the certificate to join some schools. They got better positions in their schools. So, in order not to waste your time, I will just start by talking about our course. Our course is a course designed to prepare you for the diploma. It's not the IGCSE. This is another course. Today we will talk about the course that will qualify the teachers to join international schools. Okay, can you hear me well? Is the voice okay? If it's okay, please reply in the chat. Is the voice okay? Clear. Okay, great. So thanks, because someone sent saying that the voice is not good. Again, our course is to prepare the teachers to work in international schools, specifically American schools, schools that teach the American curriculum. So our course has a lot of uh, different parts and issues that will help you. We will go together quickly through the course plan or the course outline, just to let you know uh, what we are going to do together. Of course, our course is kind of cooperation between Litz Academy, which I represent, and MITQ College, which is an English company. And we will talk about this later. Our certificate is entitled Certificate of Teaching English in the American Curriculum Context. Certificate of Teaching English in the American Curriculum Context. The course overview, you will be sent this file, inshallah, after the session. Our course takes 10 weeks. Okay, 40 teaching hours, but 100 hours in addition to if we calculate or count uh, the practice that you will be doing and the tasks that will be assigned to you. So, for example, in week one, this will be the first session and second session, just to look with me here. In week one is 4 hours of teaching. I mean, 4 hours for lectures only. You will have to do some lesson planning and you will have to do some practice. So this will take long hours. The first session will be a kind of introduction to the American Diploma. What is the American Diploma? What is the system of the American Diploma? And the most important thing, what are the common core standards? Because, you know, the American Diploma depends, or the teaching of the American Diploma depends on what is called common core standards. These are some standards put by the American Ministry of Education. Of course, they differ from one state to the other. Each state has different common core standards. Of course, they're not very different. You know, there are some differences. They work according to these common core standards. They design their curriculums, their books according to these common core standards. And I think if some of you work in international schools, they will know that there's no specific school book. You know, we have publishers. Those publishers design their books according to these common core standards, and the school can choose any of these books. This will be the first session for 2 hours. Explanation of the concept of the American Diploma and the common core standards and how to link them to your plan, to your yearly plan, to your lessons. And the second lecture will be about teaching grammar. You know, our course is a kind of mix. It has, of course, it's mainly about the American Diploma, but it also has some TESOL training because you will be taught how to teach grammar and how to design your lesson plans. So, in addition to explaining all the details about working in the American Diploma, you will also be taught how to teach the different skills of English, TESOL-wise, and how to design your lesson plans, and you will have a task after that. And by the way, this part of teaching grammar, teaching vocabulary, teaching writing, would be provided by Mr. Tamer Anwar. I know, and I'm sure that most of you know him. He will be a part of our course, especially in this part of teaching skills. The second week, we will go through the covered topics in the grammar and writing section. Starting from grade 7 to grade 12, you will have almost the same grammatical topics, with different levels. So we will go through the common grammar topics, how to explain them, first, how to understand them, because, with all respect, they're completely different from what you teach if you're not working in an American school. You'll find the topics completely different because, these are designed for native speakers. So they study in a different way. They have a different perspective of studying grammar. So for the second, third, and fourth week, we will go through all the grammatical topics that you can meet when teaching in the American diploma, and also linking them to the tests like SAT, EST, and ACT. And this is a very important part in our course. This is a very important part. We can say that this is the core of our course. How to train teachers to teach SAT, and now the new EST, the Egyptian test, and ACT. Okay, so we will go through all the grammatical topics, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and part 6, just to try to cover them all. I said, let's keep the questions to the end. Ms. Iman saying that the voice is not clear. Maybe you have internet connection problem. Is it clear? I'm sorry, just tell me quickly. Is the voice clear? Is the voice clear? So clear. So can you hear me drinking coffee? تفضلوا. Okay, so maybe it's your connection problem. Okay, everyone is saying so clear. So if the voice is not clear with you, so it's your connection problem. You can have the whole cup, yeah, Mr. Ahmed, wallahi. Okay. After dealing with all these grammatical topics, of course, and teaching them the way they are taught in the American curriculums, and linking them, and this is very important, linking them to the tests like SAT, EST, and ACT, we will spend 3 weeks doing that, and it deserves. Then we will move on to teaching vocabulary, plus how to design your lesson plan if you have a vocabulary lesson. Then teaching writing, which is a very important part in the American diploma. How to teach writing, how to design your lesson plan. So those 2 lectures, teaching vocabulary and lesson planning, teaching writing and lesson planning, are a part of what we call our TESOL part. Okay, how to teach. But we will go through practical teaching on essay writing, how to write an essay in general, or how to teach students to write an essay, and what are the types of essays that you will see in the American curriculums. Then another lecture about SAT, EST, and ACT essays. They are different, SAT essay that will be canceled starting from next June, but still we have EST essay. The EST is the Egyptian scholastic test, and the ACT, the other American test, which people sometimes replace for the SAT when it stops in Egypt. But I think in June it will start going on in Egypt, and of course it's working in other countries. But the College Board has decided. Could you please keep the questions to the end? Again, we will learn together the different types of essays that students study in the American diploma, and the types of essays in the SAT, EST, and ACT, because they are different. especially SAT and EST, they have the same type. I'm sure it's going to be something new for you. It's a kind of surprise, a nice surprise. And also the ACT is different. Then after this week, in the 6th week, we will have another TESOL lecture, teaching reading and how to design your lesson plans. Teaching reading and how to design your lesson plans. And then we will go through reading skills in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lectures. And in these lectures, we will deal with the types of skills tested in the reading sections in all these tests like SAT, EST, and ACT. Here we will talk about the skills, the types of questions. How do we train the students to deal with these types of questions? Of course, this will help you a lot because you will apply this during the year. By the way, SAT training should not be separated from teaching in general, you know? You should be training your students because, you know, SAT is just a test. Students take it in grade 11 or even 12, but they have to be trained on its skills. And of course, you would be making your own tests at school. So you have to teach your students all the possible reading skills that they need to do such a test. Okay, so we will have 5 lectures just dealing with the different reading skills that students need to deal with reading passages in these tests. So week 6, we will start with teaching reading, how to teach reading, then how to design a lesson plan in the same lecture by Mr. Tamer Anwar. Then we will go through all the reading skills that students need in one lecture. Then in week 7, week 8, till the end of week 8. In week 9, and this is a new part of our course that we added, teaching early grades, because you know, teaching from grade 7 to grade 12 is a little bit different from teaching early grades. So we added 2 complete lectures, 4 hours, to help those who want to start it from the beginning, who want to go from the beginning. Okay? We have 2 lectures for teaching early grades, one for teaching them reading and one for teaching them writing and grammar. Of course, teaching these early grades is different from teaching higher grades. So we added 2 lectures on how to teach early grades in the American Diploma. After that, the last 2 lectures will be about teaching literature. We talked about grammar, vocabulary, writing, reading in general, but when you join an American school, you will have to teach literature. And maybe in your own school, you haven't done this before. And of course, there are ways to teach literature, things to focus on, strategies to follow. This is what we will learn in this lecture of teaching literature. And we will apply this in the last lecture, teaching literature application. We will have a selection, a short story or any kind of selection from a book from the American books, and we will apply what we have learned in the previous session. So again, and quickly, we will go through it again. We will introduce the American Diploma to you, explain what Common Core standards are and how to link your curriculum and your plan to them. Then you will be taught how to teach grammar and how to make your lesson plans for grammar. Then we will go and cover some grammatical topics. Someone was asking about examples of these grammatical topics like subject-verb agreement, pronoun antecedent agreement, parallelism, a lot of things. Verb tenses, but by the way, verb tenses are taught in a completely different way. Because as I told you, these curriculums are designed for some native speakers, not for us. So they are taught and presented in a different way. We have a lot of topics that will be covered. Okay. Then after finishing the grammatical topics, again, TESOL, for those who haven't studied TESOL, teaching vocabulary and how to design your lesson plan for vocabulary. Then teaching writing, strategies for teaching writing, and how to design your lesson plans for a writing lesson. Then practical essay writing. What are the types of essays that students in the American Diploma study? Then SAT, EST, and ACT essay. How to train your students to write these different types of essays. As I said, they're different from what they study in their books. After that, in week 6, we will learn together how to teach reading and how to design a lesson plan. Then we will go in 5 sessions through the most important reading skills that students need to analyze a text, to understand it, to answer it. And this will be SAT-wise. What do I mean by SAT-wise, SAT-wise? I mean, we will go through that through the passages of the SAT, ACT, and EST, okay? Just to make it practical. Then, teaching early grades, which a lot of people asked about. We added that newly to our course. Teaching early grades, reading, teaching early grades, writing and grammar, and then how to teach literature and a session to apply what we have learned in teaching literature. This is generally the outline of our course. Of course, at every session, you will be given a task, either a lesson plan or a task to do. And yes, I forgot something very important. After finishing the course, you will apply what you have learned, practical course with real students. We did that. And the session had around 100 students, an average of 100 American Diploma students, real American Diploma students, okay? And our great teachers in the previous round were very happy, and the students were very happy, and we were surprised with the performance of the trainees. Of course, they are all respected teachers. We just called them trainees because they were having a training with us, but they are all respected, experienced teachers. They did very well, and I think you can see the feedback of the students. We used to publish that on our page of Let's Academy, and sometimes on my page. I will ask Ismaha to try to find this and send it to you in the groups to see the feedback of the students themselves. So you will not only learn how to do something. No, you will practice. You will practice it first as a student with us in the course, when I'm talking about grammar and reading skills and these things. And you will practice it as a teacher in the free course that we make for the American Diploma students that we already made before and was very successful. So you will learn, apply as a student or as a trainee, then apply as a teacher. This is simply how our course goes. As for our certificate, the certificate is from MITQ, Manchester International Teaching Qualification College. It's a British company registered in a company house, which is something like the Ministry of Commerce. You can search for it and you will find MITQ. Each certificate will have a serial number from the company house in England. Okay. And MITQ is accredited from Array Global Educational Services. And a lot of you may know Array Global Educational Services. It's an organization that gives accreditations to schools and educational institutions all over the world. You can also log into their website. And there was a live video with the owner, with the founder of Array Global International. services on the page of Mr. Tamir Anwar, their partner. You can find that. Also, MITQ is a member of IAT TEFL, and most teachers know IAT TEFL. As I told you, every certificate has a serial number that you can find uh, on the website of MIT. So, of course, you will be given during the course. You will be given enough material. Okay, enough tests, and after the course, you will be given books to use as a teacher. After that, so I'm ready for your questions. So if you want to ask about anything related to the course, you can ask me. By the way, the course will start on the first or second of April. Okay, just let me take them one by one. What are the qualifications required to be a teacher of English and at least B2 level, B2? And of course, before joining, we send you a level test to make sure. Do you offer another? No, for IGCSE, not now, but I can contact MITQ to organize a course for that. But so far, there was one a couple of years ago. I attended it as a trainee, by the way. It was excellent, but they haven't provided any IGCSE courses in the past 2 years. I will contact them, but what we have now is the American Diploma. When will it start? April 1st or April 2nd, the next round. April 1st or April 2nd. أيوة الدبلومة الأمريكية, the American Diploma. How much? I told you 10 weeks. It needs some time because you will apply everything you learn. Every session you will be having a task, either a lesson plan or a task to do, or a video to record sometimes. So yeah, you answer reading tests in class. By the way, during the course, when we go through grammar and reading skills, you will be students. Okay, we will do some kind of role play. I will be your teacher in the class, and you're going to be my students. The expected weekly study load, I mean, away from the course hours, 4 hours a week, you need at least 6 more hours. The times, it will be Friday and Monday, 8 p.m. Cairo local time, 9 KSA. Ms. Wafa, can you hear me now? Ms. Wafa, can you hear me? Because you said that my voice is lagging. Fees and discount can be discussed with Ms. Maha Sukar after the session. She can put the WhatsApp number that you will contact her on. You can discuss the fees and discount with her. Okay? And of course, the fees include the certificate, which, by the way, costs a lot. It's not cheap. And sending the certificate to your home. This is not a TEFL. This is not who's asking? Sorry, Ms. Shayma Tawfiq. No, this is not a TEFL course. It's to prepare teachers to teach in the American schools. Of course, it has something like TEFL and TESOL, which is how to teach reading, how to teach writing, how to teach vocabulary, how to teach grammar, how to teach literature. The how to teach part is similar to TEFL and TESOL, but this is not a TEFL or TESOL course. It has some parts which are similar to TESOL and TEFL, but the main core is teaching in the American curriculum. The sessions are going to be recorded, of course. If you miss any of them, the session will be sent the next day. Of course, of course, of course. Our sessions are always recorded and are sent with the material and the tasks the next day of the lecture. During the course, we cannot afford real students, but after finishing our course, we offer a free course for students. And I said that, Mr. Ahmed, we had a free course for students for teaching SAT, and we had the average of 100 students attending each lecture for each of our trainees. But this happens after the course. And by the way, these lectures that you give as teachers are recorded and evaluated, and you will be given feedback. Also, the lesson plans, you will be given feedback. Everything you will do with us in the course, you will have feedback for it. Recorded, we said they are going to be recorded. Write the number on the file. You mean on the screen? Okay. I'll write the number here. This is the number to contact Ms. Matt. Okay, just let me go through the questions one by one. Free? No, it's not free. Of course, it's not free. Of course, there is a placement test for teachers before joining. Of course, we said that you should at least be at the level of B2. No, for science teacher, you can join another one. You can just contact Ms. Maha, because there is another diploma for science and math teachers. This is only for English, for teachers of English. Yeah, of course, everything is recorded. Don't worry. Can this course make me qualified enough to teach in international schools without previous experience? Of course, yeah, that's the benefit, Shamat, from this course. When you go to an international school, they ask for experience. But when you tell them that I had a course in teaching in the American Diploma, and you show them the content of the course, and in the interview, when they see that you know everything, you know about the curriculum, how to design it, you know about the grammatical topics, about teaching literature, you know about the common core standards and how to link them to your yearly plan. All these things are very important that will help you. But to be honest, the course and the certificate are not a guarantee to get a job. They just open the door for you. I mean, they open the door for an interview. And in the interview, you have to prove yourself. I mean, if you benefit from the content of the course, inshallah, you will be able to go through any interview. Because the amount of data that you will get here, if you follow and study very well, which we will make sure that you are doing by following you all the time, you will be strong and you can go through any interview. But having a certificate, even SILTA, I mean, is not a guarantee to get a job. It just puts you in the short list for an interview. And in the interview, you have to prove yourself good. Let's go. Yeah, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Ahmed Tantawi, where are you from, Damietta? You're always asking about discount, about a free course. Okay, the last day for that was Thursday, yesterday, but you can ask Ms. Maha about this. Placement test. Yeah, Mr. Yasser, I think I answered before. Mr. Yasser, use it. Yes, there must be a placement test before joining the course. How much does the diploma cost? You can contact Ms. Maha on this number, WhatsApp. Ms. Maha, please put your number again. Ms. Shayma, what's your question? I don't see your question. What was your question about? Could you please write it again? No, she will send you a placement test. Miss Ma will send you a placement test. Miss Basma, I'm busy with TESOL diploma. Yeah, inshallah, there will be another round, but I don't know when. Miss Rasha? Yes, yeah, Miss Rasha Hammam. I said there is a part for teaching early grades, and you're not going to spend your whole life teaching grade 3 and 4. There is a part, a specific part for teaching early grades, and starting from 7 to 12. Yes, of course there is. I said that we added that to the course, yeah, Mr. Rush. You should be qualified, of course. The start is April 1st or 2nd. Okay, inshallah. The end after 10 weeks. You can join the WhatsApp group. You can contact Bisma on this number, the number on the screen, this one. Let me put it in red. You can contact her on this number. Age limit, you mean? I don't know. I'm 42 now, going to jumping to 43, but I still work there. Joining, I have no idea. It depends on the school. It depends on the school. Okay, I'm just waiting for your questions. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Miss Shema. This is called connected speech. We also teach that in our speaking course. We have speaking courses. The next round, yeah, Miss Rasha, is in 2 weeks, inshallah. In the beginning of April, this April. Okay, inshallah. In the course, when you join the course, you will hear it a lot. Okay. Any other questions? So, if you're interested in joining the course, what if I took mass to this course? I'm a very good English. What salary? Yeah. Before Ramadan, yeah, of course. What's the problem? It's only 4 hours a week, Friday and Monday. Mr. Ahmed Attal, I don't know about the salaries in Egypt. Frankly, currently I'm not working in Egypt, so I have no idea about the salaries in Egypt, and they differ from one area to the other in Cairo, outside Cairo. I don't know. All right. If you can contact me, I will ask. Is there a discount for the teachers of internship? You're having a free internship with Mr. Tamer. And you want, okay, Mr. Yasser, no problem, no problem. Just contact Ms. Maha, tell her that you are a member of EBS. What do you think about CELTA course? What do I think? It's great, of course. If you can afford it, take it. It's expensive, but if you can afford it, take it, of course. Of course. But by the way, again, our course is different. It's completely different. It has some parts on how to teach, okay? But it focuses on teaching in the American curriculum. It's different, of course. But if you can afford the CELTA, it's the best. Yeah, get just like discount. No, Miss Asma, if you want to join this science or math diploma, also contact Miss Maha. She will give you a number of someone who's responsible for the math and science. Okay. So again, our course is designed to help you work as an English teacher in an American school. It will give you all the details that you need. It will treat you as if you are a student in the American diploma. Okay? In addition to some TESOL-wise lectures of how to teach writing, reading, listening, writing, reading, vocabulary, grammar, and so on. So do you have any other questions? 10 days? You mean 4 hours a day? Of course not. You can do that. First of all, no one can do this. Give 40 hours in 10 days as a lecturer, and you will never benefit, because every part you learn with us needs application. You need to study. You need to apply. So how can you do this in 10 days? Of course not. Of course you can give. Of course. And by the way, this makes good money. If you can go through this is the third round, yeah, Ms. May. This is round 3. Of course, you mean you will be qualified? Of course you will be, and you will have the material to do that. Don't worry. We will give you books for that. How much? Yeah, Ms. May, this round is round 3. It will start in the beginning of April. How much you can contact Ms. Maha? Yeah, this is the third round. Yeah, we already had 2 rounds before. We had 50 teachers who have this course with us. 2 sessions a week, Ms. Shayma, one on Friday and one on Monday. Oh, Allah, Ms. May, what's wrong with third round? We had round 1, and then we had round 2, and inshallah, the upcoming one is round 3. Welcome. Okay. Any other questions? You are also an EBS trainee. Okay, Mr. Okay, just tell this to Ms. Ma. Any other questions? So we hope you join our course. We have a good discount for groups. If you are a group together, we can make Ms. Ma can arrange for a discount. And don't forget, our price includes the certificate. The certificate, Ms. Ma بتقول لي مفيش تخفيض. The certificate, okay, and sending the certificate to you until to your home. Okay, Mr. Yes. Okay, thanks a lot for being with us. Thanks for attending. I need this. Can I have it with my TESOL diploma? Wallahi, because there are some parts like TESOL. So, Ms. Basma, for example, you can skip some lectures from here or there, because Mr. Tamer is the one who's going to be giving the how to teach lectures with us. So it's the same thing. So you can arrange it. Is there another round? Wallahi, I can't promise you with another round, because this course is very exhausting to me, really. So we make a round every 3 or 4 months. Okay. It will be online, of course, Ms. Wafa. It will be online, yeah. I'm the main tutor. I'm the main lecturer, and Dr. Tamer Anwar will be joining us, and it's a great honor, of course, from him to join us to give the how to teach part. For this lecture, what for? What for? It's an info session for a course. Okay, any other questions? I said after the course you will be given enough material. Don't worry. Of course you get the material. يا جماعة. يعني, do you think that we will be teaching you and not giving you material? You will be sent the material after the lecture. And at the end of the course, we will give you some SAT and ACT books as a gift from us. Don't worry about the material. يعني not available outside. يعني هخترعها مثلا يا مستر إيس. I will give you our material, of course, is not available outside. The material that I will use in the course is my own. But for the books are. Oh, don't worry. Scholastic aptitude test. Yeah, Mr. Tamer is planning to open international school. Of course, if we have excellent trainees, as I told you, the certificate will open the door for an interview, Mr. Miss Minna. Of course, we will do all the college board reading tests together, and we will learn how to do them and how to teach them to the students. Don't worry. All the official tests will be done here and more. If you need any guidance after the course, I'm with you all the time. If you need any guidance, because when we have a course, this is what we always do in Let's Academy. When we have a course, we never end the WhatsApp group. It's always there. People can communicate. People can ask each other's for material, for information. You can ask me about anything. So we will always be there for you. Don't worry. Okay, I think that's the end of it. Again, this is the contact number, the WhatsApp number to contact Ms. Maha. The course will start in the beginning of April, this April, within 2 weeks, inshallah. Within 2 weeks. You can contact Ms. Maha Sukkar on this number, 002-012-777-86888. No, it will start soon in April. Yeah, I know that. This is how things go. You have to work hard. Yeah, by the way, I'm busy too with my own business. 10 weeks. 10 weeks. By the way, this session is recorded and it will be sent to you. These are tests, SAT, as I said, yeah, Ms. Wafa, Allah, maybe you still have a problem in sound. Scholastic aptitude test and EST is Egyptian scholastic test. Wallahi, Ms. Wafa, there will be, because this is the third round, but I don't know when. Ms. Asma, contact Ms. Maha on this number. Here, can you see it on the screen? Can you see this number? Contact her via WhatsApp and she will give you all the details. She will give you all the details. And the fees include the course, the material, the certificate, and sending the certificate to you at home. Okay? And again, the certificate is from MITQ, which is an official British company, member of IATEFL, and accredited by Array Global Educational Services. يعني الشهادة مش من مصر. تمام، شركة إنجليزية MITQ معتمدة من Array Global. Egyptian students in the American schools have to take the SAT, the SAT طبعا, or the EST or the ACT, any of the three. They cannot join a university without taking the SAT, the EST, or the ACT. If they are studying in an American school, اللي احنا بنقول عليه international school, بس عندنا IG وعندنا American. بنتكلم عن American students. The American diploma students have to take either the SAT, the ACT, which both are American tests, or the new Egyptian EST, which is almost the same as SAT, by the way. There are no big differences. Okay, the last 5 minutes. Any questions? You can take my number from Miss Maha. No. SAT was stopped in Egypt until next June. So what was the alternative? There's a test called ACT and an Egyptian test made by the Egyptian Ministry of Education, similar to the SAT, is called EST, Egyptian Scholastic Test. But the curriculum, the course is not only about this, We will study how to work in an international school in addition to practice on SAT, EST, and ACT. So we will cover everything. Okay, Mr. Yes. Okay, thanks a lot. And by the way, you can join our groups to know about our free courses or our feed courses, not free courses. And we have a lot of live sessions on free live sessions, of course, on Facebook. You can follow my page. Ms. Matt can send you the link to our page in the groups that you are in. Thanks a lot for being with us. I hope you like this, and I hope you join the course as soon as possible. Okay, Ms. Su'ad, just contact Ms. Maha and she will send you whatever you want, okay? Of course, Ms. Shama, you will. Yes, you will learn how to teach in this course. Okay, thank you. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Miss Maha sent you the number now in the chat. She also sent you the WhatsApp group, the Telegram group, our page on Facebook, Let's Academy. Join all of them to know about our new courses, our free courses and sessions. Thanks a lot. See you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.